Hello and welcome back to another video. We're here at the Oak Holloe Disc Golf course. This course is brought to you by the Plattsmouth Disc Golf Club. They recently redesigned this course from a 9-hole course into an 18-hole course. They're still not done, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to give this place a nice little look-see. Here's a little look at the course from the gazebo area. Today we'll be doing a one-on-one versus a friend of mine. He's not the greatest player, but he is a whole lot of fun to play with, so I definitely had to have him in here for this one. We're going to give ourselves a nice little handicap to help play with him. Since he doesn't have a lot of distance, we're going to be playing putters only. So let's go ahead and head over to hole 1 and get this challenge started with Aaron, my friend, starting us off. And here we are. Hit the tree off the bat, and him there saying this will look great on YouTube. He's got a good sense of humor on him. I'm throwing the zone here, getting a good look at my new backhand form that I've been working on for a while. That'll be a good easy, it should be an easy putt, pretty close to it. Here we are with Aaron's putt for birdie. This is a very short course, very gettable holes on a lot of them. I think there's only 3 holes that are over 300 feet, and it's also a very beginner course, so you have like 3 par 4s on the course as well. But we won't be playing. Well, we're just going to use the course pars because that's what it is. So we got hole 2 here. It's just a nice little turnover shot with my putter. Throwing a Luna here, my go-to blue Luna, which you'll see in another video. He's going backhand hyzer. He is a lefty, as you can see. He also has kind of forgotten how to throw, really, so we're going to be doing some, I think I'm going to be going over some field work with him and helping him get better and giving him another shot here. He's not doing terrible, but he's not doing great. That was a pretty solid putt from him. He actually played that hole really well. Not going to lie. Also, as you can see, I've brought in some brand new graphics for the videos. I did all these graphics myself. I edited them up in Inkscape, and that was a pretty nice shot there. Didn't quite get enough on it, obviously. Can't get there. It's uphill 280 feet. Maybe I could get there if I threw on like a roller line or something. I don't know how far I can actually get there, but he hit the tree. Has to deal with an unfortunate swing set. Did not place himself pretty well off the tee. But here's me for my very long birdie attempt. Started off pretty strong already with 2 birdies. I'm just going to come up a little short there, but should be an easy tap in for a nice little par. Here he is with a really rough look at his par. Almost had that. He's got a pretty solid putt. His main weakness is definitely his backhand. He doesn't really have a forehand. And here you're seeing me messing with, there's a little Easter egg at the top of the basket, and I was just trying to get it out. There's nothing in it. We were just laughing about it. Here's another hole 4. Hit a tree on the way down. Just trying to really get it down there for a look-see, an outside look-see. Didn't really do too much. He kind of hit the tree, falls straight down. Just has to try to get to the basket from there. Here I am. Did not have a good shot on this with the camera, unfortunately. I was kind of off the side. I'm just laying up here, giving it a nice little run too. Ooh, that was so close. Here he is. Very long look for his par. Kind of unfortunate. He did take a bogey last time, and it looks like he's going to take a bogey here as well. So, very unfortunate. And that's the... I've not seen him miss a putt very often. That was kind of a bit of an off putt right there. All the putting practice, though, is looking pretty good on me. I'm looking pretty good there. Just having a pretty good day so far. He's going to tap in his double bogey, unfortunately. Also, I hope you guys can tell which one are the pars and the birdies and the bogeys and double bogeys. I think the graphics look really good. I was really happy with them when I made them. Like I said, made them all from scratch. Looks great to me. I threw my drive into the ground here. He's going for the basket here. He really threw it pretty hefty. I thought it was parked, honestly. He is unfortunately not. Spoiler alert. Going for a layup here, because I am not going to run the basket with that giant hill down below. And here he is. Really far down. He's just going to lay this up for his par. A little unfortunate. He was trying to get some strokes back. Since he's not quite on my level, he's just trying to keep this close, is what he's really trying to do. Another good solid putt from him. Looks pretty good. And a nice easy tap in for par for me. Here's hole 6. This is one of the new holes they put in. It is a very tight, very wooded. They still have a lot of cleanup to go on this course since they've just started doing the redesign. So we're kind of out here a little early for this. Hit a tree, unfortunately. So here's Aaron with his shot. Squeaks by the trees and gets an easy, gentle little kick back over towards the basket. I ended up missing my shot, my second shot on the camera. So this is him putting for birdie. I will be putting for par once we get to my shot. He thought he missed that when he putted it, but he really solid putt right there. And now I've got this one with this. I have the tree directly in the middle of the basket, so I have to go around the outside, and I really like this putt. Beautiful. That was a great putt. I still enjoy it. Here we are on hole 7. This is another new one. Pretty much everything from here on out is going to be new until about hole 14. Very wooded, very... It's a pretty short hole. Very easy to overshoot this if you can make it through the trees. So I'm just throwing the standstill. Trying just to do a nice, easy shot to the basket. I was going for the birdie, obviously, but that sounds so condescending. Why am I doing that? I hit a tree, kick left. He's in the trees on the right. Just has to pitch out, get himself a little putt. And now I'm here. I'm trying to find a hole, basically, to get this to the basket. Either to lay it up or to go for it. I believe I have a window. I did, and I just didn't get up enough, so. Here's Aaron for his par. He has a pretty good window here, so he should be able to make this. No. Went for a fancy roundabout and ends up with the bogey. A little bit unfortunate after he gets that birdie.
Eat your heart out, Adam.
Me calling out a guy I played a tournament with right there. It is what it is. Hole 8, another new one. The 3 new ones that I've played so far have been, I like them. They're short, they're technical, they're pretty wooded. This one is just a pretty straight, flat one. I ended up on this pile of branches on the side, which I'm hoping they'll clean up eventually. We actually thought that Aaron was much closer than he is. Oh, that's quite the roll away. A little unfortunate there, but it is what it is. You got to take your lumps when you get them. So I'm just going to try to clean up my par right here. Make nice solid make on that one. And Aaron's going to try to get another birdie here. This is well within his wheelhouse. He should definitely make this. And, of course, a little bit short. He was a little upset on that one. Pretty acceptable on that one, honestly. Hole 9 follows this path along the right side, and it's on the left. Kind of a tough hole for Aaron since he's a lefty. Pretty easy backhand hyzer for me. So he's going to go for the turnover, and he's going to hit that branch, unfortunately. The path on the right is out of bounds, and so he's going to try to lay this up on this one. And he's going to have to deal with an out of bounds stroke right there, unfortunately. So a little bit sad on that one, but it's okay. Here I am for the birdie. I think this is outside the circle actually, but I elected to normal putt and a little high. Sometimes that's what happens.
Let's go. Save the bogey.
And Aaron was super jazzed about that putt. Like I said, he's a pretty solid putter. His drives are just the only thing that really drags his game down. Even though he doesn't have a lot of distance, he could probably play much better than he had if he just had better accuracy. Hole 10, another new hole. This one's also really short and very wooded. I get a really good shot here. Just a gentle straight. Oh.
Not so.
He gets a nice kick into the woods over here. And so he's going to end up having to just pitch out, unfortunately, because there's not much you can do onto this side.
That was about all there was.
Solid effort. He got forward even with the pitch out. So now he's just here to lay up for his bogey. Another unfortunate bogey for him. It's pretty solid. Here's my putt for birdie. This is pretty tough footing because all the branches that they haven't cleaned up yet are right there in the way. And the tree got my head on that one, unfortunately. So there we are. A couple of tap-ins, and Aaron will get another bogey, and I'll take yet another par. Quite the par streak right here. But we'll end up moving on to hole 11. This is the first par 4. I don't think it's a par 4, but we'll take it. This is a extremely tight gap, though. It's like 3 feet across, I want to say. It's very, very tight. And Aaron was super stoked to just get through the gap. So he's like, all right, well, I made it through the gap. I'm good. That's what I wanted to do. So props to him for the positivity. And just trying to pitch up to the corner. You can finally see the basket. Just going to have to lay this up. There's no point in going for the 2. You can see the hole I went for right there. He's got an unfortunate having to throw it patent pending kind of, and left with this long look for bogey. Or no, this would be par actually. Sails the putt. A little bit sad. Here's me for my birdie. And another solid putt. I'm pretty happy with my putting so far. And Aaron with a fun little bit of humor there. Hole 12, another really wooded hole. Very, very tight. Hit the tree. Do not put myself into a good position. So Aaron's going to try to capitalize on this. And ends up hitting. Wow, I did not see that branch there. I didn't know what he hit when he threw that, so it's nice to know that he actually hit the branch that's right above me right now. You can see me in the bushes on the left. This is a really rough spot to get into and out of. End up just pitching out. You gotta sometimes just take your lumps. Ended up with another not great position, so just having to. I thought that was a really good shot. Curve my putter just ever so gently down the path. And he just, in the same position, just has to pitch out. I think he was trying to go for more there and ended up not getting it, and he wasn't too happy about it, but it's all right. So here he is for his par. He's just going to lay it up because he doesn't have much there. Ends up not getting a lot on it, but enough to where he can give himself a nice look at the par, or the bogey, sorry. Whiffs the putt. Really frustrated there. Honestly, that was kind of surprising. He's missed 2 putts that he should normally make, and he normally does. Another putt from me. Saved my bogey. Again, really happy about my putting. Didn't really do too bad on the putting so far this round. Hole 13. There's 2 gaps to go here. I hit the tree dead center of the fairway, the one you want to go either to the right of or to the left of. Aaron's going to the left gap, and you see this is the gap I was going for. A bit easier to go ahead and see from this angle. Just gonna have to throw a nice little forehand turnover. Try to put myself in position to get the par. Aaron's going for his layup to the basket. He's gonna hit that tree, unfortunately, and have this for his par. Really struggling on this wooded section. It is really tight in these woods though, so we're trying really hard just to make it to the basket. These holes are really, really tight. I think once they get done cleaning up the holes a little bit, they'll be a lot less tight and they'll be easier to get to. I just have to pitch up for my bogey. Unfortunately, Aaron with another really nice putt back there in the wooded area. I'm going to take his putter and putt with this. Me taking another dig at this Adam guy. So while we're teeing off on hole 14 here, a little backstory on Adam. He was a guy that came to town and was playing a tournament, and I tapped out like I did there, and he told me, hey, that's an illegal putt. You can't just drop it in like that. People on tour don't do it ever, and tried to call me on basically a shot that he thinks that does not exist. So my buddies and I asked him for the rule citation and whatnot. We got the TD involved, and now he knows that is not true. We got some layups. This is me for my par. This is the longest hole on the course at 466 feet. It's a pretty decent par 4 for this course, actually. This is probably the only hole that I would put at a par 4 if I were the course designer. I don't make it, so Aaron's going to tap out for his par, and so will I. Hole 15, this is one of the original holes on the course. So hole 14 and 15 are both original holes. Do not like that shot on my hand, obviously. Aaron with a rollout, an accidental thrower. So he's going to throw his shot from over there. Ends up in a pretty good spot. I'm going to lay mine up. I left it really short here for some reason. I don't understand how I did that, but just kind of a mistake, which definitely does not help. And I'll throw the putt high. I think that's probably the worst putt I've had all day so far. Aaron, his putt's also high. Okay, he's definitely struggling on his putting today. That's a little bit unfortunate. Hole 16. This is another original hole, but they have moved the basket. So the tee pad, the original tee pad, is right to the left of the current tee pad, and you basically would play across the same goalie and go through the playground on the right. So the basket's further left of where it used to be. Aaron throws, just pitches up for his par, and here I am with a long look for my birdie, and just kind of lay it up, not really giving it a go. So we'll tap in and move on to hole 17. The next par 4, this is the last par 4, I believe. It's just up and over the trees, up the hill, over the trees. There's this gap on the left. That's really the only gap that you're going to go for, unless you've got like 500 feet of power, go up and over the trees. I'm just going to go with the layup, lay it up to the Aaron not having a good day. Just going to truck that into the ground, unfortunately. And I'm gonna shank that one right into the bushes. It's great. He's gonna go over this. He's going a little bit too far right, and he actually thought the basket was over there. So he's gonna be looking at a rough putt for his par.
Nice.
Oh, what a nice putt. That was a really long one. And that was for birdie too. He gives this one a bid, but he's going to end up tapping in for his bogey. And then we'll move on to the final hole. And this will be hole 18. It's just straight ahead over the hill. It's not very far, but there's multiple ways you can go about this. You can throw a straight shot in between those two big trees, or you can go up and over the trees. You just got to pick whatever you want to do, or if you want to do the forehand or the left-hand gap like he is doing, he chose the right gap for it. So he's going to end up just laying this up for his par and finishing out the round. A little bit unfortunate for us. Another long putt for me, and barely squeaking it in there. It was a great round. We enjoyed the course. It was Aaron's first time here, my second time here seeing this course. Very beautiful. I like what they've done with it. Just needs some cleaning up, and maybe I'll be back here to look at the course later. Thank you guys for watching. This is the very first Cotton versus Candy is what I'm going to call this one. Candy will be the extra person. See you guys next time.